What's up, everybody? So this is not my first time doing a podcast, but this is like the first time me doing an episode to post on my podcast platform. And I want to say shout out to Anchor or Archer for their platform, which gives me an opportunity to post my podcast on there and also earn from ads. And if you want to know more about that, you can go online and look up Anchor and get information and details. They're pretty good with giving you information on their platform and how you can start your podcast and all that good stuff. They actually give you people that have podcasts on there and explain about different microphones and different equipment that you can use to have a successful podcast. So shout out to Anchor, and I'm not sponsored from Anchor to promote them, but I just want to say shout out to them because I have had an experience where I had was on a platform, but they don't let you do but so much, and they limit you. And instead of helping you to be successful in podcasting, and also in a sense they're benefiting from you posting on their platform, they didn't give me that opportunity. So I'm glad that Anchor is a platform that allows me to be able to post on there and be able to also make a living from doing podcasts. So right now I am on the website, and I am just basically going to review and see how it looks. My podcast is called EbonySherreTV PC, and it stands for podcast. PC stands for podcast, and EbonySherreTV comes from my YouTube channel, which this is what you're watching right now. And the first topic that I'm going to be talking about is what does it mean. And this is like an adult type of conversation that I'm about to have right now, and I'm going to find out whether or not Anchor will allow me to be able to monetize the viewers that's able to listen to that podcast, because I'm going to be having a sex talk. And this video is just basically a introduction of what I will be doing, so when I get into the swing of things, I can record me doing my podcast on here, and also have lives where I can show you guys, interact with you guys on live if you have any questions or anything like that. But right now I have a phone number that you can text or call, and you can also message me on my platform. You can also message me on my platform as well if you go on there. I shared it on all my social media, and I will also have it down below in the description box on here, where you can go and check me out and also leave messages on there. Voice clips, I believe you can leave voice clips. I'm not sure, but if so, you can leave voice message or a simple message and just like ask questions or respond to the podcast that I am doing. So right now, and I'm going to put the number down in the description. So right now I'm getting ready to set up to record another one, because I did an introduction for my first podcast. This will actually be my second episode I will be doing. And I hope that I get a good turnout and good reviews from you all. So this is not going to be a long video. This is just going to be like snippets of me recording, and you're gonna catch me recording some snippets of my recordings, and that'll be like the end of this video. But I thank you guys in advance. Go ahead and sub to my podcast platform and all social medias, and to my YouTube channel. And I'm going to make sure that I give you guys content that you can watch, because I know that you've been quarantined and you want something to watch. So yeah, let's get into the video. So right now I'm not really recording anything, but I'm getting ready to hit the record button and record. So this is my second take because I didn't like the first one, and I'm trying to learn how to not say and I'm trying to learn how to stop saying that. So this is the second take. Here we go. What's up, you guys? This is your girl Ebony, and you are tuned into EbonySherreTV PC. Yes, EbonySherreTV podcast, where I am your host, Ebony, and we are going to get in a juicy topic. But right now, before I get into that, I want to give you guys a little rundown of my podcast. And if you are listening, I know that you probably follow me on social media and that you're tuning in from social media. So EbonySherreTV is a YouTube channel that I have, and I just basically brought that name over to the podcast because it's similar. It's similar, and it kind of like piggybacks off one another, where on my channel I will be recording myself sometimes doing my podcast and also going live so I can answer questions and things like that. But I have a number that you can call in actually to talk to me about any questions or comments that you want to say. And the number is 805-429-6614. Again, the number is 805-429-6614. You can call in and comment whenever I ask a question for you guys to tune in, or you can also go on my Anchor platform and leave a message on underneath the podcast on here. So the platforms that I was using wasn't really giving me justice, so when I found this platform, I decided to change over to this one and start my podcast on here. So this is where you're getting my first episode and everything, which I already been planning all that good stuff to be on here. So that's the good thing about it. And right now we're gonna change roles and flip into the topic and the reason for this podcast, which we will be talking about life, relationships, parenting, and life events that's going on today in the world. But right now we're going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about what does it mean, and this is going to be a sex talk, and hopefully I am able to monetize who listens to this podcast, because we're going to be talking about sex on here today. What does it mean, sex talk? And that's what we're going to be getting into today, right now, for my first episode. Well, episode number 2, but really it's actually my first episode. So what does it mean, sex talk? Now, I heard a lot of questions asked about different things involving sex, and most of the conversations that we're talking about or was asked about sex, because a lot of times people ask me questions because I'm a good communicator and I like to talk to people and give advice, but I also try to stray away from giving advice simply because I go through things in my own life that I'm still trying to figure out. And so the main thing we all talk about is link ups. People always ask the question about what does it mean in different aspects, but the first one that I want to get into is what does it mean, why do men pipe women down? Like, what's the purpose of piping down a woman and not wanting her to catch feelings for you? Like, what is your reason and your purpose for piping down a female? Again, the number you can text or call, but you must have a name. It doesn't matter if it's a nickname or whatever. I just need a name because I want to make this like, you know, a communication thing from Ebony to you, not caller. I don't want to call you caller or whatever. You know, I want to have like a actual conversation with two human beings. So the number again is 805 429-6614, and you can text or call that number and give your input. So, piping a woman down, 9 times out of 10, the man always says that a woman catches feelings. And this is what I don't understand, is why men choose to pipe women down so good, is what they say. They pipe a woman down so good that she catches feelings. And some women say that the men don't really be piping them down. Now, this can go either way, but I want insight on that from you guys who are listening to the podcast. So let me know, men, why do you pipe women down and don't want them to catch feelings? And help me understand. The feedback that I have been getting is that they like for a woman to chase after them, is what has been said. And it's not for all men, but majority men like for the women to chase them. And they don't like it, but then they do like it, because in the same sense, they're piping the woman down to get her hooked, kind of. And I've had an incident happen to me like that, where, you know, someone thought that they was going to have me hooked, and it didn't turn out to be that way. So, women and men, what is your insight on that as far as being piped down? And the question is, do the women that do get piped down, are the men really piping you down? Or are they just talking? That's my question for the women. And men, you can call in and give your opinion on that as well. Are you really piping her down? Or you just doing what you gotta do to get a, you know, get your rocks off? That's what I'm gonna say, just in case for, you know, children listening that's not supposed to. So I never did understand why men want to pipe a woman down to make her catch feelings, especially if it's called casual sex. Casual sex is just like, you know, you're supposed to be just linking, having sex, no feelings involved. So I don't understand that. But call in and let me know. Okay, so that's the first time, my first one, and I probably do it over, I don't know, but that's like the first clip. So it's in 30-minute intervals that I'm able to talk, and I don't think I want it to go past like 45 or an hour. So I'm gonna do another one, and then it allows me to add ads into it. So I'm gonna try to show you guys that whenever I'm editing or chopping it up or whatever I plan on doing with this one. So you guys, I am getting ready to do the last part of my podcast, and I'm asking the last question. So what I'm gonna do, I have this is just an old iPhone that I put a Text Now app on here, so that when I receive, you know, texts and answers and comments to the questions that I asked on my podcast, I can go in and make a segment on that particular part. Now, how I know what part that I asked the questions on is I added an ad to run at that particular time. So I have my first segment that I got up here, and I have an ad in between that one, and then I have my second segment where I went in and asked the second question, and then I'm going to add an ad sent on there. And then the last one, I'm going to add a ad on that one as well. So once I get my text messages to come in, I'll go in and do a recording answering, reading the questions that come in the text messages, and or voice calls or whatever, and then I'll add that into the segment below it, so I know you know which one I did. And it also allows you to like edit the name on there. So in front of that one, I'm gonna put segment 1, and I still have the date on there, so I know. And then I'm gonna put quotation marks on there so that I can remember. Segment 1, and I'm gonna add question. So this is what I'm doing now, and then I'm gonna put question number 1. I'm gonna put Q1, so that way I remember and save it. So segment 1, question 1, saved it. Then I have an add, and I'm go to the next one and add segment 2, question 2, and then go on question 3, segment 3, and do the same thing, so I can remember which one I've done. And that's pretty much it for that part. I'm so grateful, like I can't even express, because it allows you to be able to go in and add different segments and questions and stuff like that on your podcast, where you can explain questions and stuff or read out anything that you want to read out. Also, after this podcast is done, people can also go underneath there and ask questions or comments and stuff like that down below. So that is a great thing about Anchor, is that it allows you to make changes and alterations to your podcast. And pretty much after that, I am done, and I'm gonna wrap this up. And next time I will show you guys exactly what I'm doing, so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. But that's it for this YouTube tutorial on me doing my first episode for my podcast and actually starting out and just getting it done, because I've been saying it for so long, and now I'm actually finally doing it. It's just a matter of keeping it consistent and going along with it. Even when you don't have people calling in and texting, like I have nobody texting right now. I'm actually gonna ask friends and stuff, but I actually have nobody right now who sent any text messages. But I'm gonna go in and ask like family, friends to tap in and text the number, questions and stuff. But it's gonna be under like a nickname. I'm just gonna do that just so I can have a feedback, and then hopefully hopefully it'll grow and I'll have people actually participating in. I'm starting from the bottom, trying to get up there where everybody else is at. So right now, starting from the bottom, working my way up to where I'm trying to get to. So the key is to stay consistent and not give up, keep going. My last episode will be in August, August the 4th. That'll be the end of season 1. I'm trying to have like at least 20 episodes up here for season 1, and probably start season 2 in September. Not sure yet, but that's my vision for it. So that is it, you guys. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to EbonySherreTV, and you'll get more vlogs and podcasts and all that stuff on here, where you can see me in action, actually doing stuff. And I'm going to be posting a vlog very soon, so stay tuned for that. I know I have been slacking, but I'm getting on track now. So yeah, this is your girl Ebony, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.